Okay, so I didn't want to show everyone absolutely everything. Basically, I didn't really have time to show you pulling it all apart, but it's fairly simple. There is a lot of screws, heaps of them. There is a bit of wiring you've got to undo, so if you're going to attempt this, take pictures or even use a texter or something right on the back of this cover. Most dryers are very similar to this. They might be a little bit different, but it's basically the same thing. This cover is screwed in the sides here and here. There's a nut on here that I've already taken off. Once you pull this off, that drum is going to come loose. All this will come loose, so that's your drum that actually spins. This belt is what drives it from the motor. It's easier if you pop that off first. Let me show you. So these two pulleys here, one of them is spring loaded to the motor. Lift that up, pop the belt off, then remove that back cover. Okay, once I get a bit further in, I'll get some more footage. Right, so a couple of things. This lip here is what the dryer runs on. I'll show that in a second. That there, get it in the right spot. Nice, sharp. So that's more than likely the noise that we were hearing, and that was caused by, who knows what an aglet is. Yeah, look familiar? One of them little things that goes on the cord of a hoodie or drawstring on a pair of pants. Okay, so if you look here, you can see quite a lot of wear. It's not supposed to look like that. It's supposed to look like that bottom one there. Nice and so that dryer spins, runs on those bits of plastic. When they wear out, it gets destroyed. Now admittedly, this is my dryer, and I had done a temporary fix to see if I was right, basically, and I was. These little parts here to replace them with the actual ones, these black ones, not cheap. They're about $30 each. So by the time you pay that, get someone out to fix it, it's going to cost you a fortune. This dryer is actually not that old, believe it or not. I think it's about 2 or 3 years old. It's just copped a bit of a flogging. So I'm going to get ready and show you how I'm going to fix this, and we'll see how we go. Okay, so this is ptfe plastic, right and sheet. About $20 for that. I think it's 200 by 200 or something like that. These are the little runners that drum runs on. Now, full transparency, when I was taking this one out, this was one of the non-broken ones, I snapped it. So, yep, I'm an idiot. But that's okay because I've heaps of material. So these are pretty thin, as you can see there. They're, I think, 1.5 mil. Now, because of all the wear that was on the inside of that drum from the old ones collapsing, we're going to go a little bit thicker. That's going to raise the drum up, give it more clearance, and it'll run on those bottom ones as well that weren't touching. Hopefully. This is an untested theory, so we're going to give it a shot. Hopefully it all works out, and we've also got to fix that lip on the drum. Okay, so through the magic of Google, I managed to find roughly what this is supposed to look like complete. It is something like that. This end I've left in a bit of a different shape, just to see if I can get it in the hole. Might need a little bit of trimming or whatever, but we'll get one that works and then we'll make a copy. Okay, so after a little bit of trimming, and you can see it's not exactly the colour that it was before, I've managed to find a shape that works. So, like I said, this isn't something that the average person would do. This is just me fixing my own dryer. we've just bought a house, so hooray. So money's tight, so this means definitely backyard repairs on appliances until we get back on our feet. Okay, so that's what we've come up with. To cut this plastic, you're going to need something pretty substantial. Something like that, or tin snips might do the job. Put the hole in it. There's a hole punch. You could drill it, do whatever you need to really. The hole doesn't need to be that shape. That just sits over a little tab to stop them flying out when the dryer's spinning. Shape, I double checked. If it goes in, it'll work. This plastic is heat resistant, wear resistant, all that sort of stuff that it needs to be in a dryer. When you're cutting these, this is really slippery, so when you're marking them, I should say, it yeah, pays to keep it pretty well pinned down with one hand and mark it with the other. Like I said, this isn't something that I would do for any customer. This is my dryer. This is me trying to save a few bucks. Hopefully, someone out there sees this that might not be able to afford a new dryer, but theirs might be going bang, 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 and they open it up and find out that this is the problem. So, yeah, cheers. Okay, so not pretty, but 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the one I broke. All in, all secure. A little bit fiddly to get them in. I'd suggest having a little screwdriver to poke and prod. And if they don't kind of fit and you need to maneuver it, now I'm not expecting everyone to have one of these, but this is a little butane heat gun, so you can heat the plastic up, make it a little bit more malleable, so you can bend it, twist it, whatever you need to do to make them work. Heat dryer would probably do the same. Worst case scenario, boil the jug and stick it in a cup of hot water. That'll also soften it up enough to make it workable, but you will have to work quick with it. Oh yeah, onto the damaged drum. So, as you can see, this is all really, really smooth until you get to there. So the problem's going to be with this is any sharp edges, as you can't really, you can see that it's mangled, right? So any sharp edges that are on there, they're going to catch on, there's like a felt strip that goes around the inside. So this is where those plastic runners go. The felt edge sits over that lip, so anything like that is just going to catch it. That's probably what was making the banging noise. I knew that the plastic ones were worn out. I'd put some temporary stuff in there just to see if it would work. That had worked, but then, as luck goes, one of those little aglets has gotten in there and done that. So what I'm going to do, straighten it out a little bit first. So just a pair of pliers. It's not real strong stuff. And then I'm going to use a little flap disc on the drill, not a grinder because the grinder will get too hot, and just smooth out what's there, feeling to make sure there's no lips, edges, anything that can catch essentially. This isn't going to be perfect, but we should be able to get it to a functional state, hopefully. Cheers. Okay, so we're all done. Now I know it looks a little bit bigger, but there's a reason for it. So if you look on the side there, you can barely see where it is. The reason for making it bigger, I extended out this side here and this side there. That's as it's transitioning around, there's nothing for it to catch on. If I just sort of squared that off, I would have been left with a sharp edge there somewhere. So, sorry, I'm a bit shit at holding the camera straight. Once I'd ground it and got it right, just disclaimer to my wife, I definitely did not grind this on the dining table. I definitely took it outside. So once that's done, a little bit of sandpaper, just clean it all up. Just feel with your fingertip, feel for any sharp edges, because the tiniest little bit, this is going to happen again. All right, so looks like pretty much got it, I would say. check the inside as well, because it's just as important. It's actually looking pretty good. Another reason to use one of these on a drill, you can adjust the speed, and also when you're working around this edge, you can adjust the direction that it goes. So a lot of people that don't use grinders and stuff all the time probably don't know you should always have the disc, cutting disc, whatever you're using, grinding disc, spinning off the edge. If you've got it spinning towards it, it can catch, and anyone that's used one of them before and had one catch will tell you that's not a good time. They explode. Yeah, so yeah, just be a bit cautious when you're using that. It could just be done with sandpaper, but it would be a lot more work. That just makes it a lot faster. Alright, so spat together. It is going. It is still a little bit noisy, I'm not going to lie. Look, it is probably time for a new dryer, but hey, look, at least while we're waiting for a new one, we can get some clothes dried, because the weather's been a bit shit. You know, look, it works. When it goes backwards, it's probably going to be more noisy. There we go. Look at that. It's like a nice slow bass drum. It's nowhere near as bad as it was. It is a shitload better. Like with the door closed, you probably wouldn't hear it. But yeah. So look, did it work? Yes. The slides are working perfect. That noise is coming from that part that was damaged. The only way to fix that is a new drum. At a guess, by the time you got one, it's probably going to be the same price as a new dryer, especially if you can't put it in yourself. It's not a big job to put one in. If you could find a second-hand one, you know, like someone's got the same dryer that the motor's crapped itself, or something like that, it's pretty easy. Pretty much exactly what I did to remove this one and then put it back in. I would check those slides. Yeah, so, you know, half win, half fail, gets us out of trouble for now. Yeah, what more can I say? Careful what you put in your dryer. You know, I've destroyed dryers, washing machines too. Things like die grinder bits. Tungsten carbide will seriously fuck a dryer or a clothes washer up. Washing machine, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I've just come off night shift, brain's not on yet. Yeah, so thanks for watching. It's the first video I've done really like this, so if you like it, let me know. I'll put more up. If it's shit, let me know. I won't. Have a good one. So funnily enough, sorry, excuse me, when I first thought it might have been the problem, I decided to test my theory, and I made these slides. Green one, piece of window packer. I mean, it worked for about 2 weeks, so until yesterday when it started banging, which is when, funnily enough, that bit of plastic turned up to replace these. So that one, look, I mean, it was doing the job, but you could see it was wearing pretty hard. But I mean, it's a window packer. It's not supposed to be in the inside of a dryer. These, however, like that gouge there is no doubt from that little chunk that was ripped out of the drum. But hardware and material, this was actually a chainsaw bar cover, because I was looking for some hard plastic. I had an old chainsaw bar cover hanging around. I only had one window packer. I stuffed the first window packer side of it up, so I used the other half to knock up that one and then built them. So, you know, if in doubt, destroy a chainsaw bar cover for dryer slides, if anyone has ever said a more random sentence than that. So a quick update. It's now been running for about 5 minutes, and I'd say it's worn a channel in or something, because there's no noise. It's gone. It's completely quiet. So I guess maybe a win for the backyard repair.